Hello, everyone. Namaste. Welcome. I'm just pondering what deck I want to use today, and I'm just putting some cards back into the Deviant Moon. I really enjoyed the readings last week with the Deviant Moon. For those of you that are new, hi, I'm Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader and healer. I'm here every Tuesday doing live readings, and we have great support in this chat. So please feel free to post a question when you're ready and know that you are in a safe space. And not only will you be supported from me, but from the many great souls who join regularly in this chat. So yeah, so welcome. We are in Scorpio season, deep into it. And I've proposed some really potent questions for today. Each week, I post contemplation in the description box below, so you can have a look there, and I will read what I posted just to get my head wrapped around that. Full moon energy, intense, total lunar eclipse, about 9 hours ago, So I'm sure many of you are feeling the effects of this experience. And yeah, I might also use my soul tarot deck as well too. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with cards. I'm a little confused about that. Let me say hi to all of you. I saw Tamian was first in the door, so welcome to Tamian. And of course, we will do a reading. I'll do a reading for you. Andrew, welcome back. Hello. Andrew is Well-Tempered Clear, for those of you that don't know his name. Janine, namaste. Welcome to you. And Saskia, hello. Good evening. And Diana, welcome. Donna, lovely to have you here. It's been ages as well, too, for you. Tina, hello. Tina, welcome. Tina from Sweden. Lydia Ann. This is Lydia Ann. Sandra, hello. Welcome to you, Sandra. And yes, of course, Lydia Ann. Now, if we have a mod here, she can speak to who's up for readings and so forth. If you have had a reading last week, please let me know, because I try not to do readings for the same people back-to-back weeks. Hello to Helen and Jasmine. And Susanna, welcome. Well, I think the wildwood works because of the Sabbats, and I did use the wildwood at Samhain. It's difficult to try and figure out what decks to use when the energy is so very, very intense. Hello, Vange, welcome. All right, I think there we are. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top, and let's do a reading for the collective, because that's a good way to get us all centered and kind of focused on what's going on here today. All right. From the description box below, if you want to follow along, I'm going to read effects of the total lunar eclipse earlier this morning. So for me, it was morning. I was asleep. Are likely reverberating in your being, creating feelings of uneasiness. Today, we'll dive straight into that experience, helping you to get close enough to muster up the courage to let go. This is a really big season of letting go, and that is also the potential of full moon energy. We release what has not been fulfilled this lunar cycle. So here are the 3 questions that I proposed. And these are not for the faint of heart. Number 1, how can I better understand my coping mechanisms? Number 2, what fears or wounds drive these coping mechanisms? So I hope you can understand that our coping mechanisms are always in response to something. We may or may not be aware of what they are. On some superficial level, yes, but there's always something deeper that underlies our coping mechanisms. And these coping mechanisms are for our survival. They're connected to base, our survival instincts, food, shelter, life, right? So these are pretty important questions. And then a third card asking, what's something I can let go of right now? Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to do. And I am just looking here. I seem to have cleared off my table. Well, kind of also want to, I think I'm going to use the Marielle. I think I'm going to use the Marielle. Deviant Moon is a great choice, but I think I'm going to use that. All right, this is a reading for the collective, for all of you lovely people in the chat on this 8th day of November 2022 in the energy of the total lunar eclipse in Taurus. The sun is in Scorpio, and there are a lot of significant planetary influences at this time. We are in the middle decan of Scorpio, which is influenced by the sun, this powerful season of transformation. How can we better understand our coping mechanisms collectively? What is driving that? What wound or fear? And what is ready to be released at this time? As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. Okay, so be it. I only have one camera up right now, so just chat amongst yourselves while I get the other camera on. Sorry about that. I thought I had done that. Apparently not. All right. Because I know you like to see the cards. And I like to have the cards on my screen as well, too. Okay. All right. Here we go. I see we have a few other people arriving. I saw Mary Beth is here, and Amanda, Aisha. Oh, wow. Lots of people showing up here. Okay, excellent. I will do my best to say hello to all of you as we come in. So this is a reading for the collective. Okay. I tried to cut lower down. This is also something that's been happening. Of course, Knight of Discs is going to show up. Okay. Let's see, we can just do a little bit. All right. The questions are below if you want to write them down. Our coping mechanisms may well be related to the network of family, the parent-child relationship, and how we choose to react, respond with family, in terms of family. This is a card that really takes, so if you think about the Three of Discs and the Rider-Waite-Smith, this is a card that asks us to think about the product, if you will, of coming together with another, the potential development of coming together with another. What are we able to grow? And so there's some sort of message here of, is it a dependency or a clinging on family, or it's almost like a Three of Discs in reverse that I'm picking up on here. Maybe there's a lack of trust as well too with relationship. Okay. And then the fear, or what is driving the unhealthiness of this relationship? What is driving the unhealthiness of this relationship? Is there a fear around this? And the card that is here is the Eight of Wands. There's a lot. So this is a very fiery card, a very hot card. Look at the peace. There's something interesting going on here. Look at the illustrations. Even if you've never seen the Marielle Tarot before, I'm just looking for my chopstick. The baby is sitting in the arms of the parents here, and the adult is sitting in the arms of the lion, if you will. This is a conversation between the inner child and the adult, and how the adult is responding to the inner child. We also see this symbol of transformation below. There's the phoenix as well here too. This speaks beautifully to Scorpio season. So in this Eight of Wands, if you think about eights as, and it's very interesting because these are two very positive cards in questions that are looking to shadow and looking to understanding shadow, right? So perhaps there is a fear of being held. There is a fear of being supported. There is a lack of trust in the source from which we have come. And then we get the King of Discs, the most integrated. This is the 78th card in the tarot. This is our letting go card. And while this card is highly offensive to a lot of people, think about this figure as a figure who is completely connected and one with the tree, one with the earth. They have let go. They've let go of all inhibitions. They've let go of all fears. So what is this saying? What do you need to let go of? Well, first of all, let go of thinking that you can't get to a place of integration, that you can't get to a place of comfort and peace. Let go of the fact that you are stuck somewhere, that you're not progressing on your journey. And then the other piece that I think is worthwhile mentioning is that if you see this as a father figure, I want to say let go of the pain that was, let go of the pain that you associate being or blaming the father figure. The divine father, your father in this particular lifetime, didn't do it to you, right? There's always a bigger picture. And if we can cut those cords, and you'll see almost like This is really interesting how the tail of the lion, if that's what this is, or this could be the tail of the phoenix here. It's just, oh, and I just love the way this water is flowing here. This does not feel like a card of binding. And while there's a huge difference between held and being bound, you have permission to let go. Just give yourself permission to let go of blame, let go of guilt. And I guess, what I didn't put in this spread was a how. And on this eve of the full moon, still in the energy of this potential transformational lunar eclipse, simply put the word, put the feeling into your hands and just simply give it to the moon. There might be a name of someone. You might name a feeling. And if you're not up when the moon rises, or if it's cloudy, you could put it in an offering outside. Like children leave milk and cookies for Santa. You leave it. You leave it for the full moon. This can also be transformed in fire. And I've talked about this, is that full moons are a potential time, a great time for bonfires, fire ceremonies. And this doesn't have to be a massive gathering. This can be a small fire in a container. You take your word, you write it on a stick, you write it on a piece of paper, and you release it and you return it. You return it to the earth so that you can find freedom. You can find a sense of freedom. Okay. All right. So we're going to start today with Tammy Ann. And Tammy Ann, you can let me know if you have a preference for decks. I think actually, you know what? I'm just going to go with what feels right for the person or the question. Tammy Ann, I think I'm going to use the Tarot of the Strange Branches for you. Okay, this is a reading for Tammy Ann on the 8th day of November 2022. Looking at aspects of release and deepening her internal wisdom and awareness to help find strength and to move through the potential transformation of this season. Welcome to Doris. Please post regarding questions, if you have a particular question, post it in the chat and only post it once. Okay, I will get to you in turn. If you would like me to do the spread, then please let me know. And I think Aisha has a really good point from that collective reading, the pain of not being accepted by the patriarchy. That is definitely something. Okay. Oh, this looks very fiery, even though these are pent. Okay. So this is the Goddess of Wands, the God of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. This is kind of a perfect card. Okay, so I'm just going to... So how can I better understand my coping mechanisms? In this particular tarot deck, this is the fourth court card. Okay, so this is the fourth court card in the suit of wands. There is a queen, which is the third, and this is the fourth, which is referred to as the goddess of the suit. This is a bit of a like a Kali energy. And there's, depending on what pantheon you're most familiar with, the goddess of fire that um, sometimes the goddess of fire has an abundance of tools that are there to eradicate the ego. But there's a few things that are coming to mind here, Tammy Ann, and I'm feeling like um, you've heard me talk about like the difference between response and reaction. And I feel sometimes like this particular court card reflects very impulsive reactions. And so, in terms of your coping mechanisms, this to me would invite you to, to sit by the fire a little longer, to not, if you have a tendency with knee jerk reactions, to learn to have some practices to help you stay and endure and witness a little bit longer. So this can be to give yourself um, to have a verbal response. I need a few minutes here. I'm not ignoring you. I need to think about this. Or maybe I need to go for a walk, but I'll be back and we can discuss this. Um, to not let yourself fly off the handle at in response to something. Okay. Um, the tendency, and the other thing I'm feeling here is that there might be a tendency to be hypercritical of yourself as well too, and that can be that whole notion of self-deprecation can be a coping mechanism for. I'm going to go into third chakra stuff, so tearing down your self-esteem, um, so you don't have to be great. That's my dog Amber making very weird noises. Um, so either one of these could speak here. Um, so the fear, the fear of being out in the cold, the fear of not having enough, um, the fear of being left alone, right? The fear of so these. It's funny because when I look at these two cards side by side, and indeed this reading may be speaking very much to other people as well too. Thank you for joining the channel, Alex. Um, you know what I mean? Like the first and second card, it's absolutely necessary to stay and to endure, to purify the third chakra, to bring the ego into balance. And in the third position, there's this card of reciprocity that is so perfect sitting here now. We are in the middle of Scorpio season, which is connected to the Six of Cups, the center of the tree of life. All of the sixes are connected to the sun, to the idea um, of balance and harmony and beauty and peace. So I want to say, let go of the notion that you can't live in that you don't deserve to live in balance, that you don't deserve to live in harmony. Or, sometimes I think this for you is an invitation to understanding the relationship of give and take. And if you have been giving too much, that it's okay to back off a little bit. You have the right to act. The goddess of fire knows exactly how much to give in order to get the balanced response. And I think it's perfect that a 6 is in the third position here, Tamian. So ask yourself about this relationship between giving and receiving. A lot of women are not very good at receiving. And we get into that, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I can do it on my own. Thanks. I'm fine. No more I'm fine. I'm open to receiving. That's another thing that's arising here for me. So I hope that these messages support what you're moving through at this time. And if you want to take a screenshot of the cards, you can do that. And thank you. Okay. Let me scroll on down. And thank you all. Jasmine D is next. Thank you, Lydian. All right. So there's Jasmine. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. There is Jasmine. Thank you very much for the super chat. Clavis is here. Namaste, Clavis. Welcome. Amanda. Love having you here. Late for you. Okay. Yes. U.S. elections today. So in terms of the reading for the collective, see if there is a message in that. Sorry, that wasn't at the forefront of my mind as well, too. Okay. Mary Beth, I think I said hello. Welcome to you. All right. I'm scrolling on down, looking for a question. There we go, Jasmine. There we go. My question is, what are Edgar's real feelings for me? He is a Gemini. So he is a Gemini. He's a mutable air, and you are a cardinal air. That's a lot of air. Okay, that's a lot of air. Now, in terms of the tarot, air is normally associated with the mind, with thought. There is, however, a connection with the heart chakra as well, too. So I want to bring that into this. And I'm going to switch decks here for you. This feels like a very fall deck to me as well, too. Thank you, Lydian, for taking care of the mod today. The modding. This is a reading on the 8th day of November for Jasmine D. Looking into the energy of her relationship with Edgar. The question is, what are Edgar's real feelings for Jasmine? What are Edgar's real feelings for Jasmine? As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. Okay. This is Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Okay, interesting draw. Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups, Ten of Cups. Passion. So the Ace of Wands is a card of wanting to initiate passion, to initiate creative energy, creative force with you. So it may not necessarily be about sex, though it could be, but it is a card of creative instinct. So together, he's open to beginning something with you. Okay. So he sees you. I want to say he sees your sensitive side. He sees your emotional, uh, lunar. He sees you as very feminine. Sees you as very feminine. So I feel as if that's what he likes. Like, allow your femininity, your intuition, your softness, your love of plants, gardening, children, books. It's okay. So here's an example. When you are sitting down watching a movie, you're choosing a movie together, you don't have to um, please him. I think he likes the feminine in you. So allow your femininity, your natural feminine beauty to grow. This is not about any pretenses, but it's about, it's so funny. Like, I hear a Shania Twain song, man, I feel like a woman. Uh, he likes your gentle feminine nature, your ability weave, to weave, um, to weave the magic of being a woman. And he is observing that. And perhaps he's not exactly, uh, this all might be quite new to him. Like, he might not have other women in his life who are exactly as you are. So you're a bit of a unicorn. And so can I say he's gently approaching the unicorn? That's kind of what I'm picking up on here. Okay. So thank you, Jasmine. And Miss Amy is here. Welcome, Amy. And Tarot Destiny Janice, hello. You're welcome, Jasmine. And if I get anybody's name wrong, please feel free to correct me. All right. What does the rest of the year look like for me? I also want to say that in response to the previous reading, with all that air for both of you, that doing things outdoors, connecting to nature and earth is really important to not get lost in your heads. So cooking, sharing food, those kind of activities will also support the relationship. He is the fire to your water. And both of you need to find integration and balance in nature. It's very interesting because that most integrated 78th King of Pentacles showed up in the collective reading. So we need to, I know that was the release card, but there's something about that today here too. All right, shifting gears to Sandra Davis. This is a reading on the 8th day of November for you. Sweet one, let this message provide insight and clarity into the rest of 2022 for you through the remainder of Scorpio season, Sag, and Capricorn. Whoa, the cards are a-flying. I'm using Tarot of the Abyss for you. One more shuffle. Okay. You get the Scorpio card. First of all, to me, simply that means, wow, another Scorpio card. Okay. What I sense when cards, this was a previous decan of Scorpio, when cards come up at their time of year, I feel a synchronicity, a timeliness, like you are on path kind of message. You are exactly where you need to be. Okay, so at that one level. Sandra, this is, I want to invite you to allow the maximum, how can I say this? Don't hold back on the potential of this lunar transformation. You look at this death card, how she is walking, uh, she's rooted into the earth, but there's a sense of her energetically moving towards us. She is deeply, deeply connected. She is part of the tree. It's magic and life force, and there's lots of energy that's going on, but it's almost as if she's coming towards us. The transformation is moving towards you. I think this is a very powerful first card to show up. Yes, I am in sync with the universe, but this is a time in my life where I have an opportunity to transform in a way bigger than ever. And I think the questions that I was asking today, I think if you sit with those questions and you journal with those questions, that will help with the unfolding of the potential of this transformation. This is a lot of water. This is a lot of water. Um, when it comes to one of the exercises sometimes I have clients do is to keep an emotions journal. And every day, not writing long diary entries, but just writing short entries. Just, you have the date and you write down, it's like a feelings diary. And you keep track of that and you observe it. Part of that exercise I have clients do is to look at the opposite. So if today you're feeling um, anxious, then you write down an opposite word. So maybe that's serene. And so you take a moment to look at the relationship between these two feelings. The Queen of Cups knows how to feel, knows the full range of the experience of feeling. So this transformation is only possible by going there. So this means allowing yourself to participate in activities where you feel. So no dummying down, no dummying down of feelings. Okay. That feeling, those feelings, the transformation may very well, can I say the choice is to engage or not engage? And this might be to engage verbally. It may be to engage. It's interesting that I asked you to write down your feelings. Um, with the Suit of Swords and the whole idea of words and using the pen is mightier than the sword. Swords are double-edged, words are double-edged. There's something about it. There's a caution here about words. There's a caution about engaging in debate, argument, that sort of thing. you're in part of this process. So when I see fives show up, I'm aware that they're a long way from the ace, they're a long way from the 10, they're the middle of the journey, and they're not an easy place to go. And so part of the impetus here is to allow yourself to feel, not to be too much in the head. Be guided by the heart rather than the head. And as these choices arise, as the you know what I mean? Like sometimes people they egg us on. They they test us. It's like a test of the mind, or it could be a test of the heart. There's a lot of heart stuff that's very much in this card as well too. Sorry, this is not Five of Cups. This is Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So fixed air. Yeah. There's some fluidity and flexibility of mind that is required here. Okay. I hope that gives you something to journal about or contemplate, meditate on today. Thank you. All right, Aisha. Again, Lydia, and thank you so much for stepping in today. I really appreciate it. Okay. And thank you all for supporting one another in the chat as well, too. It's lovely to see that. Okay. This is a reading for Aisha, this 8th day of November. Eclipse. This is eclipse season, and from what I understand, this eclipse energy, oh, sorry about that. I just pressed the wrong button. Is going to be with us for some time. So these transformations may have an early reveal. The energy is quite fast right now. So this is something sometimes I can't always wrap my head around the energy of what's going on. So the kind of frenetic energy of the lunar eclipse is in Taurus. Taurus likes to move slowly. Taurus likes to observe, take its time. But this lunar eclipse energy is asking us to move a little more quickly. Maybe it's giving us permission to get on with the transformation. It's stop dragging our feet, so to speak. Okay. Aisha, this is for you. Let's bring some clarity into the questions that were proposed today as far as coping mechanisms, fears, and release. I may need some clarity on this with you. But where I want to go with this card as far as a coping mechanism. Hello, Queen Star Esther. Okay. Remember that part of the integration of this message has to do with the completeness of self. it, the beauty and the peace, the harmony of, and the understanding and balance, like we need to find in ourselves, is so very important. And I'm wondering if there is pressure to be in relationship, or to, I don't know what your, um these are the exact three cards I got for my chakras bed: root, sacral, solar plexus. Oh my goodness. That is uncanny. Okay, what is your marital status? What is your relationship status? Can you just let me know? Because I feel like part of this is, rather than managing issues with the self, there's something about dumping it into another. You're married. Okay, you're married. Um, is okay. So is there, but I'm not really in my marriage. Okay. Focus on the energy of this question. Okay. Focus on the energy of the question. So this is about thinking that the peace and the harmony comes in the perfect relationship, when the answer is it will only come if there's peace within. And then look at this second card. And I want to go back and analyze this in terms of the reading that you did earlier today. This, seven, we've got two sevens here, and I can talk about the number seven itself, but are you afraid of not being understood? Are your values, do you feel that people in your life don't value your values? They don't, it's like you have to, um, always be standing up for yourself. It's not okay to be you. You feel like you're being judged, or there is also a bit of a sense of isolation, like you're not good enough. This was your second chakra card, right? You said you did chakra 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to go back. This is really interesting. No, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 was this card. Okay, let's weave this together. The third one, the third card in terms of the questions that I asked, is a release of victim mentality. I love this card. This is a card of picking up your stuff and saying, you know what? And I love that these two cards came up together, because they have a very similar energy of, and I see the connection here as well too. Okay, so let me get this. Your message today is about standing tall, embracing yourself exactly as you are, and going forward with that, with no shame, no regrets, and knowing that at this point in your life, the only way forward, the only way forward is tall and proud, and I want to say on your own, owning who you are. Now, if we look at this card in terms of Manipura chakra, solar plexus chakra, there's there's a confidence. There's a confidence that comes from, and I'm not sure owning oneself, like owning who you are. I have the right to be who I am. Nobody else can define me. And that's why this card is here, because there may have been a tendency in the past to define yourself through another rather than finding the completeness of self within. So now let's talk about the sevens. So the sevens are connected to the chariot, right? And these two sevens are the active sevens. They're the sevens that are ready to take you to the next level. And if you look at the tarot in terms of the three septenaries, 777, the chariot is this jumping off place where we are going to another place, a whole other level. And when we get to that tipping point, sometimes things have to change. We have to leave, and we cannot look back. And so you say you are in your marriage, but you are divorced, there's like, um, bye, Janice. Uh, so really powerful, really powerful. And I want to say that this perhaps as a root chakra card, if you look at this as the DNA, the kind of patterns and what has been ingrained to you is that you cannot define yourself without a man. You are half. You're only half a person unless you're in a relationship. And that might have been part of a culture or part of the family, message that's come through. So I feel like this is about um, disentangling yourself and then coming together and, you know, owning your whole person. Okay. Hmm. Big breath in, big breath out. And then add those three numbers together, and you know what number you get, and understand that this is a very powerful time of transformation for you, and just to be in that. Okay. All right. Hmm. Yes, Andrea, that's an important point as well too. All right, let's go on to the next reading. Doris Rodriguez is next. Yes, that's a definite association there. Thanks for that, Andrew. Thanks, Aisha. All right. All right. So let's all turn to Doris, supporting Doris in the chat. Can I know what is Abel hiding from me? Okay. What is Abel hiding from me? What is Abel hiding from Doris? Well, he's definitely hiding something he doesn't want you to see. And I'm not sure whether he's hiding that because Is it shame? Is it because he doesn't want to lose you if he reveals it? I'm sensing that part of this process is, I was talking earlier to someone about the whole response and reaction thing. It's really important that he trusts you enough that if he reveals it, I think I was talking to Tamian the first reading after the collective reading. It's really important that he trusts you enough that if you want to know what it is, he needs to trust you. Trust that you're not going to fly off the handle when he tells you, that you will hold space for him in his process. I feel like he's afraid of telling you. And in order for the relationship to be healthy and whole, um, it is important to have that level of trust where you can hold space for each other and simply listen and let the other person let go. He may very well need to let go of this. Right? So this might also not be a skill that he has. Okay. All right, these 3 cards are for Doris on the 8th day of November 2022. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and no harm be done. What is Abel hiding from Doris? What is Abel hiding from Doris? I'm definitely sensing that he might also not have the words. He might not have the skills to share it. All right, so we're going to go star. He desperately wants to let go of this secret. I think he's hoping that he can let go of this secret. I feel like this is something he has been holding on to for a long time that has caused him a great deal of pain and anguish. And perhaps this is even, good night, Saskia. Perhaps this is even something that happened in his childhood. And he doesn't know how to let go. And there may be something that's going on in your relationship or going on with him at work that is in response to whatever happened to him as a child. I think he wants you to be the woman who can help him work through this. he's in pain. He is in pain. And I think it's up to you whether or not you have the space and the ability to help him work through this. But I think he's wanting to feel hopeful. He feels hopeful. You know, with this star card here, I'm feeling like if you too can endure this, then your relationship will progress in to a much higher level. All right, I just want to go through the chat a little bit here. All right. And I think, yes, Clevis, I think what Clevis is saying is right. So I want to go back to what I was saying first of all, and that is he needs to trust you enough in order to tell you what's going on. Okay. So the question is, why doesn't he trust you? And this might be something deeper. It might just not be about you. There may be other women who have let him down in that regard. Okay. All right. We are at the hour, but I am going to do one more reading today. And I'm going to go to Alex, and that will be the last reading for today. So there's Alex. So I'm just going to scroll down and see if Alex wants the spread or Alex had a question. There's Alex. And I hope you got the answer for the deck. I'm sure somebody supported you in that. Okay, I'm just scrolling down to see if Alex has a question. And I'll look at the chat over here as well too. Okay. All right, so it's a love question. All right. So part of the energy of what's going on right now is about embracing transformation. It's about embracing transformation so that you can be the best person, the best version of yourself that you are. Okay. And when you ask this sort of question, what is coming next for me in love? The background to this is, are you projecting? Are you the person that you are? Do you love the person that you are? Are you comfortable in your own skin? Are you happy? Are you calm? Are you peaceful? So in order to find the best version of love, the best relationship for you, it's really important that you are the woman that you love. All right, this is a reading for Alex. In the energy of the Taurus lunar full moon eclipse, what is coming next? What is the energy of love that surrounds Alex at this time? What is the energy of love that surrounds Alex at this time? In Alex's words, what is coming next in love for Alex? As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good. No harm be done. So be it. We did have a jumper card. It's the Nine of Swords, and this, if there is a let go card, this is one. And what I mean by that is, to find love, we need to be in the heart, not in the head. That's what I mean. Okay. All right. There is connection here. There is learning. There is wisdom. Okay. Something going on with knowledge. Knowledge. Wow, that's a beautiful card. All right. Expanding your wisdom, expanding your, on a superficial level, this could simply be about finding your lover, finding your next love at a course, right? Perhaps this is at a circle, at a workshop. This doesn't necessarily mean going back to university, but perhaps there is an invitation here to get out with a group of people, like-minded people. Perhaps there's a bit of studying that's involved. The Queen of Swords loves good words and conversation. She loves to learn. There's a great deal of insight. And with the Wise One card, I also feel like there's a level of, so if you are a teacher, you know how much you learn from your students, and that as a student you also have a lot to give. And so it's the interaction between teacher and student is really important. I'm not saying that you're going to end up hooking up with the next teacher that you meet, but I want to encourage you to explore um, knowledge pursuits, intellectual pursuits. Go to workshops, go to classes, um, with, and remember what I said at the beginning, with the intention of transforming yourself, becoming, allowing yourself, the best version of yourself to shine through, not with the intention of, oh yeah, I'm going to go take this course so I meet some guy, but it's the intention that feels really important here. I'm going to sign up for that class every Friday night. Yeah, that might be a great night to meet somebody, but I really love this topic. It would enrich me so much as a human. Does that make sense? And it's really profound that the Lover's card shows up in this reading. That it's through this trust of um, inner wisdom that you connect and you find somebody that you can relate to. So this just doesn't feel like clubbing or um, online dating, right? This feels like something where you actually engage in conversation with humans, or study something like that. Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for being here today and supporting one another in the chat. And I hope that either the collective reading or some of the subsequent readings, there is a message in the body of those for you as well too, because we are never alone, and these messages are meant to be shared. Okay. All right. So thank you all very much. And I will see you soon. I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow we will resume the Herb Crafters Tarot chat, and I will be sharing a deck with you tomorrow as well too. So if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification so you get the notification. I tend to be on. Recently, Wednesday, I'm on quite a bit. So there, I definitely will be back on tomorrow. Not doing readings, but sharing other things. And then Fridays, our regular tarot chat. So I hope to see you soon. Take good care of yourselves. Namaste. Thank you, Lydia Ann, for modding today.